11th October 2017 is the International Day of the Girl. 6 years ago, on December 19, 2011, the United Nations General Assembly voted to pass a resolution adopting October 11th, 2012 as the inaugural International Day of the Girl Child. The resolution states that the Day of the Girl recognizes empowerment of and investment in girls, which are critical for economic growth, the achievement of all Millennium Development Goals, including the eradication of poverty and extreme poverty, as well as the meaningful participation of girls in decisions that affect them, are key in breaking the cycle of discrimination and violence, and in promoting and protecting the full and effective enjoyment of their human rights, and recognizing also that empowering girls requires their active participation in decision-making processes and the active support and engagement of their parents, legal guardians, families, and care providers, as well as boys and men and the wider community. This year's theme is Empower Girls, Emergency Response and Resilience Planning. Whilst the theme is about empowerment, we still have a lot of work to do to bring girls around the world onto the same level so that empowerment is standardized across the world. According to UN statistics, there are 100 million girls missing around the world. Where have they gone? Many of them are drowned, maimed, and thrown in trash bins. But even more of them have been aborted simply because they were girls. Sex-selective abortion or gendercide is a huge problem around the world. For every 200 girls born, one is refused the chance to see the light of day simply because she is female. Over the last 14 years, there has been about one abortion motivated by gender every 18 seconds, which means that if you make it into the world as a girl, you've already achieved something. But that doesn't mean you're safe. Global child mortality is at around 4%, and studies show that infant homicide is still predominantly female. So being born and then staying alive after birth is an achievement for a girl. As a girl, you have less chance of being educated than a boy. Twice as many girls as boys will never start school in countries all around the world. Girls are almost 2.5 times more likely to be out of school if they live in conflict-afflicted areas. And young women are nearly 90% more likely to be out of secondary school than their counterparts in countries not affected by conflict. So being born, staying alive, and getting to go to school is an achievement for a girl. Then there is the struggle to stay in school as you get older and battle cultural and societal pressures. Millions of girls are at risk of FGM. 1 in 4 girls globally are married before they reach 18. Discrimination because of disability is real. The literacy rate for adults with disabilities is 3%. For women with disabilities, the literacy rate is even lower, at 1%. Each month when you get your period, you could be shunned from society. In some countries, you're seen as untouchable and forced to sleep outside. As a girl, you're at greater risk of HIV. Girls aged 10 to 14 are more likely than boys to die of AIDS-related illnesses. Worldwide, the biggest killer of girls aged 15 to 19 is suicide. Maternal death is the second biggest cause of mortality for girls aged 15 to 19. Teenagers are at more risk of having unsafe abortions than older women. Making it through school is an achievement. Dodging an early marriage that is against your will is an achievement. Growing up without being shunned for naturally occurring bodily functions is an achievement. Making it through puberty without depression, drugs, or STDs is an achievement. But guess what? Even if you make it through and get it into paid employment, the odds are that you'll earn less for doing the same job as a male. And then there's life outside of work. UN Women estimates that 35% of women worldwide have experienced either physical and/or sexual violence at some point in their lives. So how exactly can we empower girls with regards to emergency planning and resilience response when we are yet to provide the basic human rights to all girls around the world? When it's an achievement just to stay alive, healthy, and educated? When will we be able to say that girls are just as equipped as boys to achieve their potential? It's a long, slow road to success, but it hasn't been in vain. Studies by the UN show that when girls are given an opportunity to learn, they learn at a faster rate than boys. Governments and organizations are working together to eradicate infanticide and child marriage, to raise awareness and educate boys, men, families, and societies, to ensure the safety and well-being of girls within and outside the home. Studies show that increased female labor force participation results in faster economic growth. Evidence from a range of countries shows that increasing the share of household income controlled by women changes spending in ways that benefit children. World leaders have set targets and made promises regarding women's health, education, and safety. Globally, companies and organizations are working hard to bridge the pay gap and create gender-friendly environments. But until a father provides his daughter with the same opportunities as his son, until a mother supports her daughter's dreams of education and professional experience, until a brother fights cultural prejudice and oppressive practices to ensure his sister is safe, until families educate their boys and safeguard their girls, there is no end to the suffering of the girl child. Change begins with me, with you, with the support you give to the girls and women around you. Girls of the world are watching. We will speak out. We will support our fellow girls till all of us are able to achieve more than that which is a basic human right. Give us opportunity and watch us soar. Thank you for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. For all copyright acknowledgements and research statistics, click the link to my blog in the description below.